Nice little pieces of stainless. That one doesn't even really look like it's been used. Look at that. I don't think that's ever seen a heat source. It's nice. Good stainless steel with the lid. I don't know if I bent that lid or not, throwing that out there. I do believe that's a Walmart special, and sometimes I'll go through Walmart when I'm at Walmart and I'll just look at the prices of things, because I know a lot of what the stuff I find comes from there. I don't remember specifically what that is, but I'm gonna say like $12 probably, maybe. So that's my favorite circuit board. And these flat screens, it usually takes long enough to where it's not really worth it to take all the screws out, but when that's broken open like that, I'll take it. That's gold plate in there. Sometimes people will say it's gold flashing, but I do believe that one's gold plate. Hear that? It's got the teeth on it. As far as I know, gold flashing won't stand up like that. And being scrap, you can just rip it out of there, doesn't it be pretty? So I'm not going to be able to use these unless I develop some sort of little maneuver where I can flip them open and then grab them down here. Let's see how that feels on my wrist after a couple hundred times. I can't read that. I think it says 1939. I was gonna throw that back in the garbage, but if that's a suitcase from the 1930s, wow, it's gonna be 90 years old. What do you think? That's probably worth a little bit of money just on its own merit, being that old. Kind of glad I saw those pay stubs. Some funky looking pay stubs, huh? Kind of a good idea. I wonder if they did it on purpose. I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say that's from the 1930s as well. Check those out. Oh shoot, look at that. Darn it. Pallet man. Okay, he's after that stack of pallets right there. I bet he's done that route a time or two. Look, he's gonna swing around. I don't know why he's swinging way out there. I think he's looking at that mattress laying in the field. Shoot, look at that bottom one that's busted. I'll put it in the retail store. Someone might want to fix that up or something. Oh, those aren't his kind of pallets. I don't know the pallet game. I know they gotta be a certain type. Alright, I'm gonna run back to the storage center, drop this off. That's probably good free tail swag too. What do you think? It's like a kind of a plasticky kind of deal. It don't look too bad. You never do know what you might find doing this. Oh, this side's broken too. Darn it. That's probably not from the 30s, actually. Unless that's the early form of plastic. It's awfully brittle. Maybe that says 1959. That's definitely some kind of plastic. Well, I'm not sure what that material is. It's old, I know that. But you never do know what you might find. It might look ridiculous, and then all of a sudden there's $100 item sitting there. It's a day's pay in an hour, you know, who knows. That's probably a nice little chunk of change right there by itself. I drove past this, something caught my eye. It wasn't anything, I think it was that mirror. But back here hiding, look at this. Back here hiding, VidVulture special. Sometimes, especially new folks watching, don't understand how I can do this with such a small cargo space. It's because it's kind of a never-ending deal. Like I ran to the storage center, right? Dropped that stuff off, and now I'm heading back out towards there and going down a different road. So I mean, it's never ending. It's kind of a virtual infinite amount of storage, as long as you constantly are in a state of production, you know. This is that place a while back. I got a bunch of aluminum out of the dumpster, but a couple weeks before that there was a bunch of aluminum piled up over there. And I didn't want to take it. Oh wow, look at that. I didn't want to take it because I didn't know if it's for the taking or not. And I saw the comments saying, go inside and ask them, you know, why don't you try to hook up with them. But I went in there like a week later. I went inside, and the person, like I said, the person that can make those decisions wasn't even here. And they didn't know, you know, he just kind of comes and goes, and early morning he's in and out. And then I came back here a couple weeks later and they've started putting it in their dumpster. So my advice would be to never ever go inside and talk to anyone. I'm going to come back and get that good stuff out of there later, probably after the sun goes down. The way I try to do it is just try to not to make a nuisance out of yourself. Morally, if you're not doing anything wrong, personally, I could care less if you're trespassing or not, you know. I mean, other people don't feel the same way, but if you're just the on the level, friendly neighborhood scavenger, and you're not causing any trouble, I mean, it's just, the problem is there's people out there that are stealing information out of garbage and stuff, so people don't know who you are, what you're doing. So if you were to do this and someone confronts you, just tell them right away you're just recycling cans, or you know, something they can understand that most people can process in their brain right away. And then say I'm scrapping all metal, or you know, looking for stuff to sell on eBay, yada yada. It's that time of year. Sometimes I'll just try to explain comments I see. So like this car place throws a lot of their metal. I don't know if they're throwing it all in here or just the stuff they consider junk metal or what. I think they're throwing most of it in here though, but I get quite a bit of aluminum wires out of here too. But usually if a business is throwing their metal away or throwing good stuff away, whatever it is, it's going to be thrown away, you know. it's going to be obviously discarded. So like that place I was just at with the aluminum, you see all that aluminum in there. There might be let's see, 35 cents a pound on that extruded. If I clean that up a little bit, there might be 70, 105 or more dollars in aluminum in that dumpster. So by going inside and saying, hey man, can I get that out of your dumpster, you run the risk of them saying, you know, not only saying no, but you run the risk of them saying, yeah man, we don't want people doing that, you know. So it's actually kind of a bad thing to even do. You know, why risk it? When I went in there, they could have said that to me, you know. Of course it wasn't in the dumpster. I was just asking the stuff that was laying in their back lot. But you open yourself up to a no, and you also open yourself up to a don't do that, don't come back. So that's a bad idea in my book. That would be a real bummer, you know. I got about 500 pounds of aluminum out of that dumpster last time, and there's at least, I didn't look real close, but there might be 200, 300 pounds in there. Don't quote me on that, but I didn't calculate it when I was staring at it. I just know it's a lot. Yikes. Tough tank. What's that say? 10-year guarantee, 200 psi. That's a big dude. This is a skating rink, and there's actually people in there. I haven't seen people in there for a long time. Whoa, I about bit it. Too busy talking. Oy. Someone could come flying out. They got cameras right up there. Someone come flying out that door. Like I was talking about earlier, I'll just come back later when they're closed. If you ever notice, I'm in this industrial park. I'm always pretty much, for the most part, here after hours when everyone's gone. COVID-19, place is like a ghost town. Times when it usually isn't, but looks like that place is back in action. So like I was saying, I could dismount there and wrestle that big old dog out of that dumpster, but someone comes out that side door and says, you know, don't do that. Not only do I lose that item, which looks like it might be pretty nice, and they also could say, you know, don't come back, blah blah blah. So that's bad. That's, you want to avoid that at all costs, you know. Who cares if you got to come back? If it's worth coming back. I mean, I'm just kind of spouting off random information that I've learned, you know. I mean, of course, what I do is different than what other people might do. I'm just giving out some information I've learned. You could have a real nice score, and that place is open, so I mean, why risk it, you know, when it's a guaranteed later. Whoops. Hi everybody, I'm here. That's pretty nice, really. What do you think? I sure hope you enjoyed this little session. And as always, thanks for watching. And avoid Mack trucks.